All right. Hello, 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 YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. All right. So we're going to try our cosmic weather report again. And I'm excited because we just did a test and it worked. So now I am going to link in with, let's see, make sure you can't see any extra shit. They're going to link in with, what do you call those people? Those Instagram people. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and I got a little. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. Woohoo! Hey there. It is Aunt Carla, and I want to welcome you to this week's Cosmic Weather Report. It is October 3rd. So the Cosmic Weather Forecast, it is for my witches, conjurers, alchemists, root workers, and other spiritual practitioners making magic happen. So we're going to be talking about how seasonal and astrological elements can impact your spell work. Hey, everybody. Oh, hey. Hello, everybody. So I'm going to start by pulling a card from the Art of Manifestation Oracle deck. This is like my favorite. It's my favorite deck, and I like to pull from here just to kind of get a vibe. I'm going to be pulling a lot of other cards as well, but this one is where I will start. Want to get a vibe for the week for all my magic makers. Okay, pull a card here. Do 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 do. Hey, we're family. How are you? So good to see you live. I don't usually go live this late, but there's, I think, a lot more people on. So this might be something that I need to consider doing more of. So I'm going to pull a card for the collective from my Art of Manifestation Oracle card deck. Okay. All right. Whoop. You are safe now. You are safe now. For my people listening in, you are safe now. So it is safe to relax. So what this card says, you have been through a major ordeal and you've been amazing. You've handled it all. But as a consequence, you've learned to live on high alert. This needs to change. Your mind needs peace and your body needs to relax and repair. This card brings a message. You are safe now. It is okay to relax. This is a very deep card. Let me put this to the side here. You are safe now. And that, I'm going to say, will be the foundational message for today's reading. You are safe now. Now, the thing is, when we go through things, we go through emotional hurt or physical hurt, pain, trauma. It takes our bodies a while to repair and to heal. And this "you are safe now" card is a reminder that you do not have to live in that fear, that it is okay to relax. And I would recommend, if you are going through anything or had been going through anything, I recommend like somatic healing. I've been definitely reading a lot about that lately. Somatic healing, things that we can do to heal our our nervous systems and to regulate them. So that might be breath work, it might be yoga, it might be dance or some other kind of movement. Because when we feel trauma and pain, even if it's emotional, we feel it inside the body. The body remembers. So that means in order to feel safe again, we need to release those feelings after everything is over and we're still feeling it. We're still feeling tense. We're still feeling anxious. It's important to get some kind of somatic therapy, somatic healing in the form of how to release these feelings from your body. So if that resonates at all with you, just know that you are safe now. You can relax. The thing that you've gone through, You're past it, thank goodness. Now it's time to let that go so you can go on and live your life. You needed to hear that. Thank you, and your spirit team. Well, thank you. I'm glad you received that. Thank you. Hey, Jesse Woo. All right, so that was the card of the session. You are safe now. It is okay to relax. So, by the way, I cannot go without saying this week I have a new You Are the Spell podcast coming out, and I have another interview. I don't usually do interviews, or at least I hadn't been doing interviews, but now people are like, oh, will you do an interview? I'm like, okay, sure. You want to be on? Okay. So Jamie Della, my Capricorn witchy sister, is going to be on this week's You Are the Spell podcast. She is just like another Capricorn witchy sister, and she is what else is she? She is an author of a new book. She's written several books actually already, but she has written a new book called A Box of Magic. So we're going to be talking about her new book and how that came together, and also about, well, I get to geek out with her because she's also like into herbalism and herbal magic. So we get to geek out on herbal magic. So if that is you, then definitely tune in, or just tune in because you like it. All right, so it's October, and it's Halloween and Samhain month, and there's a lot of cosmic activity going on, namely eclipse season. Now, everybody, I know different people have different opinions on whether or not to do any kind of manifesting on during during the eclipse season, and I'll talk about why some people do and some people don't, and it's totally fine. And I'm not here to try to change anyone's mind. In my group, Magical You, I hold space for people. So whatever it is that you want to do or not do, I am there. And but this month, it's October, it's spooky season, but it's also eclipse season. So before I get there, I want to take a quick shout out, or just a first shout out, to mention that October is also Hoodoo Heritage Month. And so I want to give a shout out to all my fellow root workers and conjurers. Whoop whoop. Yes, Samhain baby here. Oh, look, were you born on Samhain Halloween? My family, really? Um, so it's my understanding that Hoodoo Heritage Month started, I think, about 2018, when a woman named Mina Wilson, aka Mama Roo, she started. Um, she shared a post about creating an African American spirituality day and proposed a Hoodoo Heritage Day. And then the Walking the Dikanga collective, they extended the idea from a day to a month. And Hoodoo Heritage Month was born. So every year on social media, it's so wonderful to see people, making posts about it. And I this year I even made a post about it myself. And even though my practice is no longer strictly hoodoo, because like if you follow me, I'm doing a whole bunch of art magic and crystals and all these other things. And so I don't really call myself a hoodoo practitioner. And that is my choice. My practice has expanded. However, hoodoo is my foundation. So when I began my spiritual practice, when I learned from my aunt, she didn't give it a name, but we know now that this is hoodoo. That is what we do, and it is the foundation that informs all of my magical practices. Like there's such a simplicity in hoodoo that I appreciate. So when I'm doing magic, my magic has to be simple. I'm not going to be doing any big time ceremonial stuff. I like my stuff simple and easy, and it's still quite effective. So in honor of Hoodoo Heritage Month, though, I'm going to pull a card from the Hoodoo Tarot deck. And this is by Tayana McQuiller, and the artwork is by Caitlin Fossey. So I'm going to read whatever the book says, because Tayana's so this tarot deck is based on like the traditional, what we call tarot deck, but it also has but the different, like the people, the pictures, it's very hoodoo. There are symbols and a lot of symbolism from hoodoo, whether it's from African American families or some Native American influence. So I'm gonna pull a card. So for my hoodoo folks, and actually anyone who's listening, this card is for you. Let's see. Do, 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 do. All right, let's see what we got here. Whoops. Oh my goodness. I really like to use this deck during October, but it's still quite new feeling. Oh, you do, Egypt? You loved the last interview with the girl from Australia. You're going to try in the morning voice note routine. Oh, okay. That's a good idea. Okay, Egypt. All right. So I'm going to pull a card, just one, from the hoodoo deck. And this is what it looks like on the outside. It's like from the south. And I guess it's roughly like Oklahoma, Texas, Florida. I'm originally from Florida myself. Ooh, okay. 3 of coins. 3 of coins. Oh, this is very interesting. So this is like a fortune teller type woman. And if you notice, she's got one eye closed and one eye open. So I don't know what that means. She's got a jar of stuff. But you know what? I'm going to read this to you. I'm going to read the meaning because Tiana had some really fantastic interpretations and cards that she created. So I think instead of just riffing on the picture, I'm going to read what she wrote. This is we said 3 of coins. The 3 of coins card, which would be like the 3 of pentacles in the regular tarot. Yes, communication and riches. Thank you, Aurora. Aurora Crystal. Okay, where we go? Father of coins, son of coins. Ah, here we go. Where are my coins? Coins. See this? It's not. Ah, here we go. They have them in a different order than I'm expecting. Okay, and is this going? Oh, it's going from 9, going down. Okay, I'm going to show you the card one more time, and then I'm going to read it to you. This is 3 of coins. Where's the 3? Ah, here we go. Okay, 3 of coins. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. 3 of coins. All right, so according to Tiana McQuiller, the person who made the Hoodoo Tarot deck. All right. The image, a very successful Afro-Romani root worker awaits the arrival of a client. Thousands of gypsies were reclassified as colored and intermarried into Negro communities throughout the South. Okay, she's going right there. They were known to be especially skilled at breaking hexes and curses. This woman wears 2 necklaces to keep the blessings coming: a rosary made of black-eyed peas and a wishbone. I don't know if you could see those necklaces. So the meaning of the 3 of coins: positive employment, professional growth, internships, high standards, appreciation for a job well done, beneficial use of talents, exceeding expectations, promotions, detail-oriented people, upgrades, improvement in social status, being validated by others, degrees or certifications, collaborations, and goal-oriented people. And the negative, if it was reversed, the negative meaning is incompetence, missed opportunities, know-it-alls, demotions, work-related problems, lack of skill, falling short, half-hearted efforts, and poor work ethic. Okay, so earlier today, I did a test live on YouTube, and CK I don't think is necessarily on here now, but someone named CK asked about work life. So CK, if you are tuned in now, I'm claiming this for you because I feel like I'm thinking of you and you were asking about work life. So the 3 of coins is very positive. It's positive employment. And like I said before, with those other cards that I pulled, that you may have received promises and other people may have also been promised things, but you will get the final answer will be positive in your favor, but other people might be feeling like they're getting the runaround. But hold fast, stay faithful. Okay, so that is the Hoodoo Tarot. All right, so next up, Libra season magic. So today is October 3rd, and Libra season is just getting started. Who are my Libras? Libras. Who's the Libras? Give me some hearts. I know I got me some Libras on here. Come on, Libras. Show yourselves. All right, so Libra is ruled by Venus. There we go. There we got some hearts. Thank you. Oh, October 20th. Okay. Right on time. So Libra is ruled by Venus, and it has its own energetic properties. So if you are looking to do any kind of manifestation this month, I have some tips on what's going to work really well during this season. As I said earlier, yes, we do have an eclipse season starting, but we have some ways to work around that, or at least consider how to hold space for the things that you want to call in. So hopefully that'll be helpful. Oh, your oldest is your oldest is turning 30 on October 8th. Really? You have a 30-year-old? Wow, look at you. Okay, good for you, Mer family. So, as I said, Libra is ruled by Venus. So, Libra is known for like being very beautifully aesthetic and harmony and balance and relationships. So Libra is the sign of scales. So that means create balance in your life. Creating any kind of balance in your life, like any kind of manifestations to create balance, will be very helpful for you. So whether it's a work-life balance, or it's balancing your personal goals with your work goals, or your personal relationships, or just creating a harmonious lifestyle, this is going to be the best time for those kinds of rituals. Another thing is rich relationship bliss. Again, Libra is all about relationships with others, and it's known, Libras are known for enjoying being in relationship with others. They're very social. It's an air sign, so they're good with other people. Um, and of course, Libra's ruled by Venus, so this is a great time for love spells. Love spells. So whether you want to attract someone new, or you want to rekindle the relationship that you're already in, this is a great time for that. And I should also mention that Libra season is also, it marks the start of cuffing season. All right, we're my cuffing season, people. This is when some folks like to find a boo for the winter. So if you are looking to, let's see, there's no judgment here. If you're like, I'm not looking for anything serious, but I just want to have someone to hang out with during those colder months, cuffing season is for you. And there is no shame in that. You call them an indoor boo or whatever you want to call it. Cuffing season, this is this time. And now, we're getting, it's like hibernating. That's also the word. We think of hibernating like bears, hibernating, because this is when you're choosing people just for, for this time of year. I think it's like audition season right now. Angelic Touch, your son is also a Libra. Okay. Um, so Libra season has an emphasis on nurturing relationships, celebrating love and connection, and promoting activities that can bring people closer together. So Egypt, you said you need some help with love spells. Well, definitely, pay attention, because I guess I'll be talking about that this month. Different love spells, and because Libra is the time. When we were in Virgo season last month, the thing about Virgo was about being quote unquote celibate. Celibate doesn't necessarily mean no sex or even like a virgin. It means being self-contained, meaning I can enjoy my life without being partnered. I am independent, and I can be cool, and I'm not needy. And that doesn't mean you don't want love. It just means that you are self-contained, you know yourself, you know who you are. And that kind of attitude is so sexy and so attractive. So I was telling people last month for Virgo season, It's okay to work on yourself during Virgo season because that puts you in the right spot, the sweet spot for Libra season. So Libra season, this is a time for those love spells. So keep that in mind. Let's see. So if you are looking, I do have a couple of courses. So I'm doing my Libra season class drop, my master classes. So cuffing season is going to be available along with the Ultimate Love Magic Masterclass. So if you are on the email list, you'll be getting links to that this week. So let's see. Another thing that's good for Libra season is beauty and aesthetics. Like if you notice, I was playing around with a filter on on IG stories and live because I never do that kind of thing. I'm like, I don't know, but it's like let's do it. It's fun. Now I see why people do it because it's like, oh, I don't have to put on makeup and it just it enhances my skin and gives it a glow. So that's Libra. That is Libra's effect on me and other people as well. Venus's influence, it brings a focus on aesthetic, fashion, and design. It encourages people to indulge in beauty, whether that's self-care, home decor, or fashion choices. Like earlier, the rainbow card came in. Oh, no, your home is your castle. That card came up for someone. Your home is your castle. And if this resonates with you, it's the idea that your home is your castle and you deserve to live somewhere that is comfortable, that is pleasant, that appeals to your senses. How does, is everything in its place? Does it have like nice sounds to it? Maybe you're playing some soothing music, some binaural beats, whatever that is for you. You have some nice new sheets, some nice clean sheets. Definitely want some clean sheets. Get some of those Egyptian cotton sheets. Those are definitely good this time of year. Maybe you want to get some nice clothes, get a muumuu. I need a muumuu. Anyone wearing muumuus? I want a muumuu. I think I need a muumuu. Anyway, so Glamour Magic will be available this month, that masterclass. So another thing, let's see, the other themes for Libra season, peaceful living. It's like just chill. Again, back with the not being around people that are making a whole bunch of noise or just letting people try to find that spot at home where you can just chill out and have your snacks handy. Peaceful living, what does that mean to you? Let's see. Social engagement is another theme. So perhaps whether it's for business or for pleasure, social engagements, networking, that's going to be a really great place for you to meet new people, maybe get some job prospects, but definitely for for starting some romance. So Egypt. Muumuus are coming back. I'm seeing a lot of muumuus. I think I need to get me a muumuu. One of those, it's just very, very comfortable and they just really soft and whatnot. Anyway, if you are going to go out, this is a great time to go out and meet people. This is not necessarily, well, actually, I'm hearing him. I'm talking to out of both sides of my mouth because on one hand, I'm saying yes, make sure that you have a nice space. But if you are looking to meet someone, you got to get out there. So this is also about, you're going to have a lot of also luck in the form of meeting people at social engagements. So it could be a networking event. It could be a concert. Any place where there's other people around, you will have a better than average chance this month to meet someone new. So keep that in mind. Don't stay home and just, wear sweats. I mentioned Glamour Magic. The Glamour Magic Masterclass is also available. So that's also can give you confidence going out. So think about that. Let's see, what else do I have? Hey, Patrick. Artistic expression. Let's see. So as I mentioned, Libra is ruled by Venus. And so artistic expression is also, that's definitely a Venus kind of endeavor. So what kind of, creative things do you like to do? Do you paint? Do you sing? Do you draw? If you're feeling like, oh, I haven't done this in a while, well, this is a good time to get back to some of that doodling because it also makes you feel good. When we get in touch with our in touch with our creative selves and just allow ourselves to express, on paper. Um, let's see. And then I'm going to offer my creative art bundle masterclass. Actually, it's like a bundle of masterclasses. So if that's something you want to try, keep an eye out for that. Now, as I said before, Libra is the sign of the scales. So with the sign of the scales, that's balance, but it's also legal work. So this is a great month for doing legal work. It's good for diplomacy. It's good for conflict resolution. So if you have any kind of court cases going on this month, this is going to be a really good time to do court case magic work. Um, Also conflict resolution. If you work with somebody or there's someone you're not really getting along with, you can use this Libra energy to work with them, to maybe find a way that you can both resolve whatever is that you're disagreeing about, and you can be adults about it. So this is a great time for that. But it's also a good time for justice work. So if you need to do like a return to sender spell, this is going to be a very powerful time for that. So I'm also offering the protection magic class, which has a whole bunch of different protection spells, including return to sender. But I also have banishment magic, because also there's times when we need more than just protection. We need to send somebody away from us. We can do that. We can do that using magic. So both protection and banishment magic masterclasses will be available for Libra season. Charm and grace. Charm and grace. Um, Libra, Venus emphasizes the power of charm and grace in social situations. And your charisma is going to be a factor. And also, I think I've said before, I might have said this last week, that it is not it's not superficial to look good. We might say, oh, to get your nails done, your hair done, all these things. Oh, it's superficial. But no, it's not. Because when you take care of yourself, and this is so very Libra, so very Venus, when you are taking care of yourself, and you feel that you look good, when you know that you look good, you got your nails done, clickety clack, the bitch is back, you got your hair, your weave, whatever you're working with, your makeup, your lashes. When you know that you feel good, you can walk into any room and you can charm the pants off of anyone because you feel good. So that's where that charm, that grace, that charisma can also come from. So that's also creating a glamour. If you don't even want to do any quote unquote glamour magic, you're creating a glamour just by putting on like your favorite dress, your favorite jewelry, putting on your perfume or cologne, aftershave. When you know that you look good and you smell good, you're going to have like a little left, right, left, a little extra, left, right, left in your step. You're going to have a little swagger. And that is so powerful. Do not take that for granted. Libra is all about that. So let's say, so that is for Libra. That's Libra magic. And by the way, I'm also hosting a new moon in Libra crayon coven. That's going to be Tuesday, October 17th. So if you want to check that out, you can go to redsoulflower.com/new. That'll be a crayon coven. Oh, and of course, I didn't even mention it's going to be a new moon solar eclipse. I'll get to that in a second. So these are all the cool, exciting things that are going on in the Red Soulflower family. So in honor of Libra season, now I'm going to pull some more cards from this Oracle deck. The Oracle of Mystical Moments. These are very beautiful cards, and they're kind of like my cards for Libra season because they're very beautiful and artsy and just really well done. So let's see. So think of a question to yourself, because this is for anyone. If you're tuned in, if you're listening right now, whether you're watching live or on the replay, the cards I'm pulling are for you. You love all my cards, Angel. Thank you. These are such beautiful cards. Beautiful artwork. Okay. Let's see. Pull 3 cards for Libra season. Woo-hoo. Ooh. New directions. Now, I did mention that we eventually will have a new moon, but new directions means there's something new bubbling up for you. Something totally new, something you did not expect, and it totally makes sense because we are in eclipse season. The thing about eclipse season is you can feel these changes a month before and a month after. The thing about new beginnings, or the thing about new beginnings during eclipse season, is that they won't be as expected. They won't come as expected. They will often be hidden in an unexpected ending. There's unexpected endings and beginnings all the time during eclipse season. And I'll break that down shortly. But the thing is, if some opportunity closes, some door closes, do not fret, because this means that something new is going to begin, something new that you weren't expecting, and after the dust settles, you will be happy about it. But just know that something new is coming for you. Now look at this. The art of seduction. What did I just tell you? It's all about Venus. Venus is like, there's like new love, new sex, new partner, new cuffing season. This is the time. You like, if you're like, oh, I'm trying to get my business happening. Now, if you have a business and you want to work with a partner, Libra is fantastic for that. But Libra is great for seduction. And if you are thinking about love spells, or like Egypt was saying, like, oh, I haven't had a lot of luck, or I need some work on that, this is the season to work on love spells. All right. Okay. And Mermaid's Love, we saw this card last week. So if someone happened to be watching this one last week and they're back, this is just sort of like a reinforcement. I love this mermaids card. So we have like this mermaid lady, and then we have like a mortal man, a man with like legs. And what this card means to me is that you will be attracted to someone who is very different from you, someone who is not your norm, someone who is not your usual type. You know how we all have types, you meet somebody new, or someone tries to introduce you to someone and you're like, oh, they're not really my type. But you know what? Sometimes your type gets you in trouble. Part is saying, don't be afraid to date someone who is different from you, someone who might be older than you or younger than you, taller, shorter than you. There will be, you can actually find real love with this person. Do not be like, don't let how someone looks, like those the surface look, do not let that stop you. Someone who is not your usual type is really into you, and you can also be into. Allow yourself to not get caught up in what other people think, like, oh, my aunt will say, or my bestie will say, blah blah blah. Do you want to be happy or not? You want to be happy. So art of seduction is about love, but mermaid's love is someone who is different from your usual type. And the fact that this came up twice, I pulled this last week and I'm pulling it again today. This is really reinforcing that idea that love is out there for you, but they might not be from the same background as you. Sometimes people are like, well, I only date this kind of person. Well, this might be a chance for you to try something new. Mermaid's Love asks you to try something different. Oh yeah. Hey Shoshana, late night readings. Yeah, because well, no, you wouldn't know. I have been trying to do this cosmic weather report since yesterday. And I've been like going, it's been so here it is. This is like the earliest I could get to it. But I was like, I'm doing this. And here I am. And people are actually here. So I'm very happy. It's so good to see you. Oh, angelic one touch. I dreamt I was a mermaid last night. Hmm. Were you in love? Oh, oh, hey, Mandy. How are you? Fantastic. Okay, now we're getting into Libra season, or eclipse season. Okay, so this is next week, because I have all these different things that I want to say this week. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to do this once a week, but I have so much information to share, and that's why it has taken me so long. It's like after 10 o'clock, but here we are. We are here. All right, and you're here. I'm so excited. Okay, so This month starts eclipse season. And there's a new moon solar eclipse in Libra on October 14th. This is the actual time it happens. And then it ends with a full moon lunar eclipse on in Taurus on October 28th. Because we get a within each cycle we get both a new moon eclipse and a full moon eclipse. So it's very symmetrical. So we're going to have that full moon lunar eclipse on the 28th, but we're still going to be feeling it for Halloween on the 31st. So Halloween, Samhain, it's going to be not just very spooky, but just really intense. Now, since Shoshana's here, Shoshana will tell you, and she's convinced me that people you often hear people say, "Oh, the the veil between the living and the dead is really thin." But if you think about it, it's probably thin all the time. If you're a medium, especially if you're a medium, it's not like any other time of the year. It's a comforter, and then all of a sudden it's going to be a veil around Thanksgiving, around Halloween. So I have to give Shoshana props for kind of pointing that out to me, because that makes a lot of sense. So but it's definitely very spooky this time. I would say just maybe people are. It's also like the end of the. It's like the witches' New Year. A lot of people kind of they get their witchy season. They get their witchiness on. They kind of renew. There we go. They kind of renew that vibe. So there's all these different reasons, but I don't think it's necessarily. I don't think the veil is necessarily any thinner now than it is any other time. So, um, but I do want to talk about eclipses and why people feel that eclipses are disruptive, or why they might not want to do magic. And as I said before, if you do want to do magic, that's totally fine. If you don't have to. And I think if you're afraid, especially if you've heard a lot of people give messages saying, "Oh, um, you shouldn't do them," then go with that. Like if that's how you feel and you are afraid, or you're like, it makes me nervous, then don't. You don't have to do anything that you're not comfortable with. Um, I will say that there's certain eclipse magic that people do because they can only do it at this time. In my magical you group, I hold space. I hold space for anyone who wants to be there. So whether you want to do a manifestation, or you want just to release, or you just want to hang out, the magical you membership group is a perfect place for that. So let's talk about why eclipses are said to be so why some people think they're scary. Hey, chaos and retribution. I'm glad you're here too. I think I'm good this nighttime thing. You see, I thought I was going to do this in the afternoon, but now that I'm doing this, maybe the late night thing is going to be my thing. So, okay, eclipses. So there's a disruption of light, first and foremost. So eclipses temporarily disrupt the light of either the sun or the moon. So that's seen as a disruption of energy and the natural flow of events in our lives. And this interruption in the normal celestial rhythms, it can be seen as a metaphor for unexpected events or surprises. So I was saying earlier, there might be unexpected endings, and unexpected beginnings, which are basically two different sides of the same coin. And so many astrologers believe that eclipses bring that disruption in our lives, and it can be felt as early as a month before or a month after. So you might already be going through some kind of unexpected change right now, but just like hold on tight. What do they say? Tie a knot and hold on. There's also intensified energy during eclipse season. Um, Eclipses are believed to intensify the energy of the signs and the houses in which they occur in an individual's birth chart. So, if you know anything about astrology, you know how to read your natal chart, look to see where it falls. And you might notice that it's not that everything is going to be intense, but a particular place, a particular area in your life may be intense. So, this heightened energy, it can manifest as sudden development, surprises, revelations in the areas of life associated with those signs and houses. Like, for example, and one of the things that I often hear, secrets come out during eclipse season. You might There might be a secret that someone else is holding. Like families are known for secrets, friends are known for secrets, and even though they don't necessarily want to tell them, sometimes shit comes out. So secrets come out. But that also means if you have secrets that you don't want people to know about, keep your mouth shut. Do your best to keep your mouth shut, because this is the time when those things come up. And again, when secrets come out, that's also how endings happen or beginnings happen, because the cat's out of the bag, and you find out that somebody was cheating, or maybe it could be something good. So just know that surprises come. Some astrologers view eclipses as having karmic significance, if you believe in karma. Not everybody believes in karma, but some people believe that eclipses can bring about fated or destined events. Back in the early days of astrology, um, eclipses were associated with royalty, and that some kind of someone in power, like a king or someone in royalty, would be believed to to be born, to die, or to be born, to die, or maybe um, become like promoted in whatever royalty people do, whatever royal people do. Um, Eclipses were believed to kind of foretell those things. But now, regular people, we can also benefit from knowing about eclipses. Eclipses, as I mentioned before, they're also associated with change, transformation, and which can be surprising in itself. Like, again, all these surprises, hidden issues can come to surface, or conditions can kind of build up that push individuals to make changes in their lives. So sometimes that transformation, it might not even be something you want. You might get some kind of information from your doctor that's like, okay, you need to change something because we just discovered this, that, and the other thing. And then there's also just sudden realizations. You have like these aha moments that also happen during eclipse season. So eclipses are believed to stimulate insights and realizations, like, oh, that's why such and such happened. That's why I don't like chocolate milk, or that's why, whatever that is for you. Um, you These epiphanies can feel like surprises, and they can sometimes just change your perspective on life. So just, I would really be interested in hearing if you have any of these kind of situations, like if you get any kind of um, epiphanies, like any moments when you're like, aha, this is why. I would love to hear about that. So when it comes to the actual eclipse cycle of Libra solar eclipse leading to Taurus lunar eclipse, what does that mean? Okay, Libra is associated with harmony and balance and relationships. So, as I mentioned, the new moon solar eclipse may bring a new chapter in your relationships. So, some relationships may begin suddenly and some may end suddenly. And you might find yourself looking at someone that you've seen all the time, but you might find yourself looking at them one day and realize they're a lot more important to you than you remember. And this could be work too. This doesn't have to be romantic. This could be like a new work bestie. And you're like, oh my God, she likes this thing. I like this thing. Oh, we got to hang out. It can happen. Also, as I mentioned, relationships may end without warning. And when that happens, it's said that a person is eclipsed out of your life. And either way, do your best to find your equilibrium. Remember, this is the scales. Do your best to find your footing. And after the dust settles from this sudden change, you will be all right. After that dust settles. Let's see. Self-reflection is also good during this particular cycle, because there's opportunities for self-reflection and change. So take time to look within and make sure that your partnerships are aligned with your values. So whether that is, you're with people or a person, just pay attention. Like, do you really like them? Do you like the things that come out of their mouths? Do you like spending time with them? Or are you just hanging out with them because they're there? This is like stepping stone relationships will definitely end, or can definitely end. If you're just spending time with someone just to kind of fill a space, this is the kind of time when those things can come to an end. Because if you know that you're with this person, or they know that they're with you, not because they really care about you, but maybe they're doing it for clout. Maybe they're doing it for money. One of you has money and you're having a good time. Maybe it's just sex, but you're not really thinking you're going to be with this person for the long haul. The eclipse season can bring things to an end. So just want to give you a heads up on that. Now Taurus, because we said there's a Taurus full moon lunar eclipse. The full moon is the lunar eclipse. The new moon is the solar eclipse. So Taurus is associated with stability, material possessions, and security. So this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, it could signal a transformation in any of those areas. So places where you might have felt safe, you might not feel safe anymore. And of course, Taurus is also about money. So no spending sprees. No, like, oh my God, let me go get that. Don't do that. Wait till after eclipse season is over to go on any wild kind of spending sprees, because you might end up that you actually have less money than you thought. But then for other people, you might get a windfall. I know I can't really be, unless I'm looking at your actual chart, I can't be any more specific than that. But there can be, I'm not saying there will be, but there can be changes in those areas because of the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. And also full moons are endings. New moons, the solar, are beginnings. So just something to think about. The other thing about Libra and Taurus, though, is they are both ruled by Venus. So this eclipse is also going to emphasize the importance of grounding and self-care. This is how we're going to find balance. So throughout any of those changes that you might be experiencing, this is a time for meditation. This is a time for spending time in nature. It's a time for enjoying sensual pleasures. Those are definitely Venus, Taurus, Libra kind of things, like just feeling good, feeling comfortable, having snacks, being comfortable, having money, all those things. Those things will help you regain balance. So if there's any kind of shaky moments during eclipse time, then you can do those things as like self-care. And before, I was also mentioning somatic healing, whether it's movement, breath work, yoga, dancing. Those are also going to be very helpful during this season in order to give you that, to help you gain your equilibrium and find your footing again. Okay, I'm gonna do some more cards to celebrate eclipse season. I'm gonna pull some cards from the postcards from the Liminal Space deck. Pull those now. And while I'm doing that, by the way, my Magical You group will be holding a few different things, actually. I'm doing a special this month, like if you want to join, the trial price is $13 for a whole month, for the whole first 30 days. It's $13 for the first month. After that, it's $47. And if you wanted to do that, for that first month, we have, next week, we're doing a shadow work magic class. We're doing the new moon solar eclipse in Libra crayon coven, and then we are doing the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus future you meditation. So you can get all of those things. Oh, also, and if you join, you also get a free witchy tea with me. So that's like a whole hour, 60 whole minutes with me pulling cards and talking stuff. So if that calls you, go to redsoulflower.com/trial. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards and then we're going to wrap it up. Egypt says, I love snacks. Just bought some about an hour ago. I ate all my snacks. I have no snacks left. All right. So getting poor connection messages. All right, let's do this. Hey, Mandy. All right. Do. Okay. Last round of cards. Ooh. An equal but opposite reaction. Very, very interesting. So this is about doing one thing, but getting a different kind of reaction that you expected. So this is about, do not be surprised if some of the actions you take, like you mean well, you're trying to do the right thing, but someone's going to get pissed off, or someone's not going to understand your, they're not going to understand your perspective. So I would say just be very careful with people. Some people just misunderstand, like they don't understand. Um, Common sense isn't always common, I guess. So an equal but opposite reaction. So to me, this is like saying something to someone, but someone misunderstanding you. So just be on alert for that. An offering. Ooh, offering. You know what? For those of us who are witches and stuff, when's the last time you gave a good offering? You know, an offering to your ancestors. Anytime you use like herbs, like are you giving some kind of offering? So this is what I'm called to share with this. It's important to, especially even if we're using plants in our magic, we can do offerings. We can speak to the spirit of the essence of the plant, or the things that the tools that we use, the organic things that we use. They're here to help us, and we also need to. It needs to also be reciprocal. So consider how you give your offerings, and consider giving some offerings. Yeah. And then, oh, this is a fun card. Trash magic. So now trash magic, this means try something different. Try something different than you usually do. And it can be like this is a glue gun. You know, like instead of doing something like the usual standard, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have this beautiful altar and I'm gonna have this and this and this. Sometimes something really simple. Something like, you know, a glue gun and a grimoire or some paints and something. It doesn't have to be a high, every ritual does not have to be a high magic ceremonial thing. This could be, you could get some pictures off the internet or from a magazine and use that for manifesting. So trash magic is about being playful with your manifestations and not being too precious. So yeah, that's that. Okay. It's the thought that counts. Absolutely. So that's, I think, that's it. If anyone is still listening, or if anyone's interested, let's see. I think I want to pull a card for somebody. Like who wants a reading? Let me pull like one last card before I really go. Anyone? Bueller. Would someone like a card before I wrap things up tonight? This has been fun. What's the question? What? Oh, okay. Chaos and retribution. I was saying, who would like a reading? Who would like? I'm going to pull a card. Egypt says yes, so I'm going to pull a card for Egypt. Chaos, if you want something, let me know. What's the question? Oh, you're saying it's the thought that counts. Okay. Think of a question, Egypt, and I'm going to just pull a card from the Art of Manifestation Oracle deck. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to riff on it. And hopefully it will make sense. Okay, and I'll get you next, Chaos. All right. Okay, what does Egypt need to know? Walk your talk, Egypt. So this card says, Become what you believe. Are your thoughts, words, and actions in alignment with your inner core values? This card asks you to walk your talk. Become your own personal hero or heroine and step into the very best version of yourself, radiating authenticity into the world. Okay, so that's a really beautiful card and everything, but now I'm going to riff on and tell you what I think. So, walk your talk. Now, whatever it is that you want to manifest, whatever you want to bring to life, this card is saying for you to go all in. All in. Like, this is not a time to be shy. Like, let's say for example it's love. I'm not saying that's what you're asking for, but let's say you're interested in some kind of love magic or some kind of love happening. Then this means it's also time to make sure that your actions are in alignment with your desires. So for example, a friend of mine wanted to date someone, but they only had one pillow on their bed. They have a full size bed, but just one pillow. Like, what kind of message are you giving? Or is there room in your space? Is there room in your house? Like, if you are someone who is like working all the time, is there room for someone to come in? Make sure that there is space in your life for someone to come through. And then also, are you being open and receptive to a new relationship? I always like to tell people, look at your social media. I'm not talking about your social media because I don't know it, but like I like to say, if you're trying to attract love, make sure that your social media accounts don't have stuff like, next time I say I want to date, punch me in the throat. Like, I've seen that. So it's like, if you really want love, make sure that your actions are in alignment. And if you feel like you feel like you might be afraid of something, shadow work. It's a good time. It's a good place to look at. We have to look at our patterns, our behaviors, and the things that we do and the things that we've done in the past, or the things that might have been done to us, to realize, what, when I get too close to someone, I do self-sabotage. I sabotage it. Or I get really shy and then I just ghost that person. This card, Walk Your Talk, is about alignment, making sure that you are in alignment, that what you say is in alignment with what you want. So I hope that helps, Egypt. Let me know. All right. And then Chaos and Retribution. I want you to think of a question. Oh, that helps you. Oh, good, good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yay. Thank you for the hearts. All right. So Chaos and Retribution. Think of a question, and I'm going to pull a card from the Art of Manifestation Oracle deck. Doesn't matter what the question is. Hopefully the answer will be helpful. Okay. What does Chaos and Retribution need to hear? Walk away. Dun, dun, dun. This card says, walk away from this situation. When we face a challenging or unhealthy situation, it can be hard to let go and move on. Sometimes we stay in the hope that someone else will change, or perhaps we are so fearful of the unknown that we remain in the safety of a known and yet toxic situation. This card validates your entitlement to leave. Woo! This is a pretty clear card, Chaos. Is that helpful? And it doesn't have to necessarily be a person. It could be a job. It could be, any other kind of situation. But this is the idea that sometimes we get stuck into doing things because we've always done it. So the message that this card is saying is, it's okay to leave. You do not owe anybody anything. You are free to leave. If you feel that someone is dependent upon you, they will be okay. Because sometimes we get really attached to, well, like it could be like a work thing, for example. I have my work crew. We go out every Friday night and we're really close, and whatever that is. But you hate your boss. You hate HR. You hate all the other things that have to do with the job itself. If you're having one of those situations where there's things that you really like, but there's things that you really don't like, this card is saying it's okay to leave. It's okay to walk away. and you will be all right and you will land on your feet. But it's okay to leave. So does that help, Chaos? Chaos is quiet. I don't know. I don't know. I understand. Funny, I was thinking about that this evening. I like my job, but I was looking for other opportunities. So maybe, I mean, just the fact that you're even looking for other opportunities, if you needed some kind of validation or some kind of feeling of, oh, is this a good idea? From the card standpoint, the answer is yes. It's okay to leave. It's okay because in our grandparents, great grandparents' time, people could leave, could work at one company for 50 years. And then when they retire, they're given like a watch or a clock or something, so they know how much time they spent at this one place. But anyway, but we are, we definitely um, don't stay as long, and we shouldn't really, because also business companies, AI. I mean, so many things are changing so rapidly that it's important that we pay attention to what is really happening, not what we want to happen. And if we feel like, what, this situation necessarily isn't the best for me, or maybe it's just time to go. I want a different opportunity. I want to do something different. This card is saying it's okay. It's okay to go. So there you go. So with that said, I am going to wrap up tonight's cosmic weather report. Oh my gosh, it's over an hour. Oh, yay, fantastic. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in. And I'm going to end first on Instagram. So those of you who are tuned in, thank you so much. And I will see you soon. And then, okay, great. And oh, don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be back, Egypt, because like the whole idea is that I'm trying to get better at doing this on a regular basis. So I will be back. I will be back. And I hope you have a great week. And I'll be on Instagram. I'm never far from Instagram. All right, everyone. I will see you again soon. And take care. All right. Bye.